Okay, today we're going to start a new topic on speed, distance and time. This is quite straightforward, so let's just get started. Let's imagine that there are two people, okay, and these two people are going to walk along this line. Okay, so they're going to walk along this line for 10 seconds. And we're going to see how far they get. So after 10 seconds, this person on the bottom here has got to here. And after the same 10 seconds, this person on top, the person that's red here, they have got to here. Okay? So we can see quite easily that this person is faster than this person. But we want to quantify that. We want to put it into a number. So this person here, they have gone 10 meters in 10 seconds. Okay, so we can write down that their distance equals 10 meters. The time they took equals 10 seconds. And we can see, therefore, that they are going every second, they are going 1 meter. Okay, so if you do it like that, they are going 1 meter every second. So their speed equals 1 meter per second. And you can stand up now and you can walk around the room and you can walk at a pace of 1 meter per second, and you'll see that it's quite slow. All right. Now, actually, it's about average pace, I guess. Now, this person here, all right, if we do the same for this person, we'll be able to see that they have gone 20 meters in 10 seconds. So you'll notice now that the distance is 20 meters, so that's further than this person went. However, the time they took was the same, 10 seconds. So what does that mean? Well, that means that they are going 2 meters every second. Okay, so if you do 2 meters every second and you do 10 of those, you'll get to here. So you can see that their speed is now 2 meters per second. All right, and if you get up and you walk around your room at a rate of 2 meters per second, you'll see that that's a little bit quicker. Okay, so if we know the distance and the time, we can work out this speed. And the way that we do it is, in general, we use the equation speed in meters per second equals distance in meters divided by time in seconds. Okay? Speed equals distance divided by time. And that's an equation that you need to remember. Okay, so some of you might know it already. If you don't know it, however, you need to memorize it. All right, and if you're having trouble memorizing it, then I recommend using a flashcard. All right. Okay, so let's do some practice with this equation. All right, so I've got a question here. Which is, I run 100 meters in 12.5 seconds. How fast am I? Okay, so this is very straightforward. I can see that my distance is 100 meters. So that's my distance. My time is 12.5 seconds. And I want to know how fast I am. So my speed is the thing that I'm working out. Okay, so if I write those numbers down, I can see that my distance equals 100 meters, my time equals 12.5 seconds, and the speed is what I want to know. And it's really important that you remember the units for these quantities. Okay, so then we write out the equation. The equation is speed equals distance divided by time. Then I'm going to put the numbers into the equation. Okay, well, I don't know what the speed is, so I'm going to leave that as an S. The distance is 100, and the time is 12.5. Okay, so now all I have to do is work it out. So you get your calculator, and you'll be able to see it's 100 divided by 12.5, which is 8. So that comes out as 8. And remember, you must put the units. So the units are going to be, because my distance is meters and my time is seconds, my units are meters per second. So if I run at 8 meters per second for 12.5 seconds, I will run 100 meters. All right, let's do another question. Okay, so next one. I run 42.2 kilometers in 4 hours. How fast am I? All right, so if you want to have a go at this yourself, you can pause it now and have a go. Otherwise, you can watch me do it. So, what have I got? I've got here my distance. Okay, 42.2 kilometers. Now that is the distance of a marathon. I've got 4 hours is my time, T. And again, I'm asking the same thing. I want to know how fast I am. What's my speed? So if I write out my numbers, I will get that my distance equals 42.2 kilometers. My time is 4 hours, and the speed is what I want to work out. Okay. Next, I'm going to write out my equation. Speed equals distance divided by time. Then I'm going to put the numbers into that equation. So speed equals my distance is 42.2 divided by my time is 4. And I can work that out. So if I work out 42.2 divided by 4 gives me 10.55. 10.55. Now, the final thing is, of course, the units. In the last question, my units were meters per second. However, this time, my distance is in kilometers. So it's going to be kilometers, and my time is in hours per hour. Kilometers per hour. All right? So, depending on what the units for the distance and the time are, that will change what the units for the speed is. Okay? So, let's imagine that I wanted to know, instead of how fast I am in kilometers per hour, if I ask another question, which is how fast am I in meters per second, then what I need to do is convert my quantities into meters and seconds. So if we write them out again, so my distance is 42.2 kilometers. Okay, well, I know that 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. So 42.2 kilometers, okay, 42.2 kilometers, well, if 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters, I've got 42.2 kilometers, so it's 42.2 times 1,000, 42.2 times 1,000, which is 42,200 meters. All right, now I've got time equals 4 hours. Okay, well, I know that 1 hour equals 60 minutes, and 1 minute equals 60 seconds. Okay, so if 1 hour is 60 minutes and 1 minute is 60 seconds, that means that 1 hour equals 60 times 60 seconds, which is 3,600 seconds. Okay, so if you're not sure about that, you might want to pause it, go back, watch that little bit again, or get your calculator out and make sure you agree. Okay, which means that if 1 hour is 3,600 seconds, that means that 4 hours equals 4 times that many. So 4 times 3,600 is 14,400. seconds. Okay, so now I've got my distance in meters, I've got my time in seconds, so I can do the calculation again, and it will be speed equals 42,200 divided by 14,400. If I work that out, I'm going to get 42,200 divided by 14,400 gives me 2.93. 2.93. And remember, I'm doing, this is meters, this is seconds, so it's meters per second. Okay? Right, let's do another one. Okay, so I fly from Birmingham to Tokyo, going to watch the Olympics. Okay, and that distance is 9,500 kilometers, and I fly at an average speed of 800 kilometers per hour. Okay, obviously because at the start I'm not going to be going that fast, and at the end I'm not going to be going that fast, but on average I will be going 800 kilometers per hour. How long does the flight take? Well, I've got my distance, and I've got my speed, and I want to know how long does it take. So that's my time. So if I write my numbers out, I've got my distance is 9,500 kilometers. My speed is 800 kilometers per hour. And my time is what I want to know. That's what I'm trying to work out. All right, so if I write the equation out, I know that speed equals distance divided by time. My speed is 800. My distance is 9,500 divided by time, which is what I want to know. Okay, so now I need to rearrange the equation to find time. So I'm going to multiply on this side by time, and I'm going to multiply on this side by time. Remember, you have to do the same to both sides of the equation. All right. So if I do 800 times t equals 9,500. All right, because if I multiply this by t, the t's will cancel. All right, and now in order to get t by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by 800. Divide that side by 800, and I'm going to divide this side by 800. Okay, so if I have this and I divide it by 800, I'm left with just t, and then this is going to be 9,500 divided by 800. Which will give me 9,500 divided by 800, 11.8, I'm going to round that up to 8 hours. Because, remember, if my distance is in kilometers and my speed is in kilometers per hour, that means my time must be in hours. Okay, so if you need to go back and look at those questions again, you can do that. Some of the questions might involve changing units, so you might want to go back and look at this question again where I changed the units and make sure you know how to do that yourself. All right. Otherwise, I'll see you all later in the week.